Well, the UN is a very complex and tough assignment. It's multinational. It's something that you don't get in the US. You get to work with member states, other cultures, and it's a challenge beyond any other challenge.
Each year, 100,000 peacekeepers deploy to the world's most dangerous places, putting their lives on the line in 14 missions across 4 continents. One of those peacekeepers is Hynes Snyder, a native of Wisconsin who has served all over the world. During a recent trip to UN headquarters, we spoke with Paul about his experience as an American in UN peacekeeping.
You have to come to consensus. You have to work in an environment that's usually very austere, and you have a constant threat of people that are trying to break up the peacekeeping environment and the peace operations that are going on there for the nation.
Peacekeepers make sacrifices big and small every day while serving under the blue flag. For many, that means leaving their families, friends, and lives behind.
One of the things that comes to mind is it's a very complex and dangerous environment to work in. In that environment, you're constantly under threat. Things happen, attacks happen on bases. And one of the things that you quickly learn is the US media doesn't closely cover these missions. So you have family back at home that's wondering what's going on.
Upon his arrival, Paul was confronted with a serious challenge.
There was the attack on the Radisson Blu, where 170 personnel were held hostage and 20 died as a result of this attack by a terrorist organization. I went from an area that was very secure, including the Radisson Blu, with a lot of security, to an area that had little governance and even less security.
Despite the challenges, peacekeeping is an incredibly rewarding experience.
Very lucky to have a female officer assigned to me, the only one of the 43 mission staff officers. I sat down with Aisha and I asked her, she'd been there for 2 years on mission, what do you think should be the priorities? Aisha quickly responded with women's empowerment and children, and we should concentrate on that. Some of the things we did is we provided equipment that was needed for women in Menaka to get economically more successful, sewing machines, other equipment that they could use to make money to support their children, as well as a soccer field and Fafa.
As one of just a handful of Americans serving in the UN peacekeeping mission, soldiers like Paul are leaving a lasting footprint.
Americans everywhere need to know that the UN is very critical across the world. It's the only organization of its type. And when blue helmets show up on ground, it is a very tremendous experience for those people that are in most need.